So I've gathered a few tomatoes, so now we're gonna fire up the canners. So I'm out here at my little outdoor wash station. This thing works great for prepping veggies. You don't make a mess in your house and you don't really have to worry about cleaning up anything afterwards. But my fresh tomatoes, I'm just gonna give them a quick rinse and cut the tops off. Early in the season, before my tomatoes get into full production, it takes a while to get enough on hand to can. So we'll freeze everything that we have for a week or two in advance. This is a 20-gallon tote we have here, and it's slammed full of tomatoes. We have cherries in here, large varieties. We're gonna can everything. All I do is cut the top off and then cut out any bad spots that I may find. Nothing fancy, nothing to it. All of these tomatoes will either be used for my weekly meal prep, either that and go into soups. I do not peel these tomatoes. That is a waste of time in my opinion. It is just a personal preference as far as texture goes. It's not going to affect the shelf life or the ability to can, anything like that. Cutting a few corners like that will make this life a little easier and more sustainable in the long run. These little cherry tomatoes, I don't do anything to them. I just dump the whole thing right in there. They cook right down in mush. Cooking them outside is the ticket too. You ain't creating so much heat inside, making more work for your air conditioning unit. I'm just gonna fill these pots full, and as they cook down, I'll add a few more because we have so many to can today. They're gonna get juicy quick, and you want to be sure you do a good job of keeping the bottom stirred. They're pretty easy to scorch. Don't ask me how I know. So mine have cooked about an hour and a half. I'm packing them now. My jars have been sitting in the sun. They're nice and warm. I'm not gonna have any issues with them cracking. I'm gonna top mine the rest of the way off with juice, leaving roughly an inch of head space. I don't add salt to my tomatoes either. Salt is another thing that's optional. It has nothing to do with the canning process. You can run something down the side to check for air pockets, but I find with tomatoes, it's not really an issue. They're just so full of juice. It is gonna be very critical to clean off the top of your jars. You don't want anything left up here. If it is, it's gonna prevent the seal from sealing. Put your seals on. Your rings don't have to be very tight. You can just go finger tight, and that's gonna be a plenty. They're gonna seal just fine. So for my quart jars, I got 8 of them in here. We're gonna bring this water to a boil and then let them process for half hour. For my half-gallon jars, the only thing I have that's tall enough is my pressure canner. We're gonna bring these to a boil and then let them process for 45 minutes. Now this is just our method. Do your own research on your times. They do vary by elevation. So here's our first round of canning in the books. Be sure to remove your rings before storage, and happy canning, y'all. POV when you ask your husband to do the dishes. That's what you need to do. I got you, baby. That's clean. That shit is clean. Ain't no germs on this grind.